Man, tough blow for Aggie fans, man. I'm sure y'all have heard the news announced about 30, 35 minutes ago. Le'Veon Moss is officially out for the season, announced by their head coach, Mike Elko. Man, this is a blow. Texas A&M's having one of the better seasons in recent memory. They are relevant in the SEC. Yes, they did lose to South Carolina. Yes, I had South Carolina winning. But when you look at the totality of the team, that was their first loss in the SEC. So everything's still in front of them. Everybody in the SEC now officially has a loss. So it was just tough to do. You had such an emotional win against LSU, going on the road to South Carolina, a team that was hungry, a team that's trying to land these top end recruits. They trying to move in the right direction. It just wasn't a good formula for Texas A&M, humbly. But for Moss, I mean, like I said, it's been having a dynamic season so far this year, y'all. 765 yards, 10 touchdowns. Really, man, I don't want to say single-handedly, but when they put Belt to Missouri, he was a large reason why. He had 3 touchdowns in that game. I think he's elevated his level of play, his ability, his yards after contact, how he can break tackles, and then the burst. The underrated part of his game, how he bursts. Like, soon as he goes through that first or second wave of the defense, good luck trying to catch this guy in the open field, man. That's how electric he is. So I think it's just tough, man, for them. And then, obviously, okay, so for you, Mike Elko, what are you going to do now? Now, you do have Marcel Reed, right? Didn't have his best game, but these are the ups and downs, the peaks and valleys you're going to have with a young quarterback. So it's like, now do you go back to Connor Wigman because you feel like, hey, we need a little bit of veteran experience, even though he hasn't been that good this year? Or do you stick it out with that redshirt freshman? It's tough to say, right? And obviously the AP poll came out. I was going to do a reaction video on that, but I'm not sure because I know the college football playoff ranking is supposed to come out on Tuesday. So I might hold out on that. But nonetheless, what are you going to do now? That's the key thing now. What are you going to do as far as your game? Now, here's one thing he has in his favor. When you look at the stats and look at everything, Amari Daniels having a phenomenal year for them too. 466 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's been a nice 1-2 punch with him. And then you have Marcel Reed, who's your next best rusher for 334 yards. So what does Marcel Reed give you? He gives you a guy that can also be a threat in the backfield, right? We've seen him punish LSU because they were putting too much on Moss, and he was doing the read option and keeping it. So you do essentially keep your second and third best rushers potentially, and you can lean on that way for your offense. Now, Reed can still throw the ball down the field and make good throws, but as you guys can see here, he has a little bit of that freshman in him, only 57.8 completion percentage right here. But it's going to take him time. You know what I'm saying? Humbly. So kind of in a dilemma a little bit for Texas A&M, but if I'm them, I'm probably going to go with Marcel Reed as a starter. Gives you a little bit of a 1-2 punch with those two, and obviously you're bringing your next rusher, who'll probably be Smith, in order to kind of help you out a little bit. And that's how I would kind of, compensate, essentially, in my humble opinion, for that loss. You know what I'm saying, of Le'Veon Moss. There's no replacing him. The guy is too electric. The guy is too good. It is unfortunate, but I'm curious to see how Mike Elko continues to evolve the offense and kind of how they come back from this. But blowing news to Texas A&M and the Aggie fans, man. Hate to see it, man, but I think you guys will be just fine.